Speaker is John Cantazera Jr.
Just want to remind people, before the next speaker don't start his time, just want to remind people that your First Amendment right will always be protected, but we ask that you refrain from using vulgarity. You may commence.
Vulgarity. All right, I'll try my best, I promise. Let's start with Go Red. So I'll take exception, because I was the one wearing a Trump jersey here when it wasn't fashionable 6 years ago, and I got mocked for it. So I'm glad people are finally starting to wake up to how bad this democratically ran city has been and how much worse you've made it. Sad but true. When I didn't think it could get worse under that little tyrant, you've definitely doubled down and said, hold my beer. But it's the best friggin' city in America. Great, with a smile. Onward to the rest of you, because when I was here last month, there are some people in this room that should know but don't know. There is a 10-year-old lawsuit for a federally protected statute, FLSA, for overtime worked by police officers all the way back to 2014 when this city became a deadbeat and refused to pay them at that federal standard, period, instead of the lower Chicago police contract overtime. It is literally, since you're in budget season, a $200 million bill that you have to pay, and it has a court-ordered 5% interest rate. And for the chairman of the Budget Committee, last meeting, to tell me first he's hearing of it, and I guarantee he's not the only chairman. I don't mean to point him out, but there's a lot of chairmen involved in this. I'm sure Chairman Dow, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm sure Corporation Counsel, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Your predecessor actually sent an email to the outside law firm saying, don't include us in these emails anymore. We don't need any updates. You take care of this. Literally, you're a deadbeat. Pay the officers the money they're owed, $200 million that is collecting interest every single day. And by the stunned look on your face, you apparently have no idea either, which I'm not surprised. Again, start waking up to the reality of Chicago and quit trying to make friends everywhere else. Number two, COPA. You literally have not only somebody who hates the police in your administration, but you have somebody working at COPA that should get the same treatment that she's given our officers for the 2+ years she's been in charge. She should be paid administrative leave effective immediately. She should not be able to run that agency while investigation is going on at the Inspector General's office. That should be fair. And if you are supposedly fair, this body will take action to put her in a paid administrative leave. Lastly, I'll tell you this. Alderwoman Harrison said something to the effect when it comes to CPS that we've been doing the same thing for decades. We need to blow the system up and do it right. If you give him his way, taxes are going up for everybody. I challenge you all to consider the fact and champion down in Springfield that teachers should be treated just like police and fire. They shouldn't have the ability to strike. They should have to go to interest arbitration to get their contracts upheld because it is a public safety issue every time they threaten to strike and walk out. It is upheaval in this city, and enough is enough. They can get interest arbitration. If it's good enough for police and fire, it should be good enough for them, and it will basically cut the legs out from underneath him what he's trying to do.